Hey, what's up, guys? This is Porcelan, and you're checking out MusicXclusives TV.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Javaya.
This your girl Tiana Taylor.
Eric Ballinger.
Tamia.
Kenny from the Nine.
Sniper Nell.
Y'all checking out MusicXclusives.
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 MusicXclusives TV. You mean tune in for real?
Yeah.
Huh?
Warm hugs and kisses with smiles on our faces. My gift is you.
Lately, I've been feeling kind of lonely, wishing that you were coming for me.
What's going on, everybody? It's your man Wally, the Southern Kid with the City Swag. I'm coming to you live from New York City, sitting in with MusicXclusives TV and Porcelan. How you doing today?
Hi, how are you?
Doing good. So we're going to talk about a whole lot today, especially your new music that you have coming up. But I first want to start off with asking you about your name, Porcelan. Is there any specific or personal reason or resemblance behind that name?
Well, my parents actually named me. They were in a band. They toured overseas. My dad and my mom were both the lead singers. And my mom's stage name was Porcelan. Porcelain doll, actually. Okay. So then they ended up naming me Porcelan. It just so happened that I sang. So.
Okay. So you grew up in a music family, and I read about you saying that it wasn't specifically anything on the radio, but more or less you hearing vocally your parents and your household. So paint a picture for us. Any given day as a child, what were some of the songs you would hear your parents singing?
Well, my family is very gospel oriented, like full of pastors, musicians, gospel groups. So whenever I would go to my family reunions, I would hear some of the songs that they did growing up as kids. And I don't even know if they really knew what they were called, but it's like if your family grows up like in church, you have those songs that are passed on and passed on and passed on, and everybody's like, y'all want to sing something? And then somebody will start snapping or something like that, and then everybody will start getting up, and then you find out your whole family can sing.
So name one particular song that you think that stuck out to you.
It was, I can't remember the name of it, but it was a song that my mom and my aunts actually wrote when they were kids because they had a gospel group.
Okay.
Yeah, so they had a gospel group, and they did I don't know if you call it a tour, but it was really small, but they were kind of trying to build a name in the gospel realm, and they just would sing their songs. And it's so funny because my oldest aunt is a soprano, my youngest aunt is an alto, and my mom is a contralto. So whenever they sing, it was always the perfect blend.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So growing up, of course, you had your musical influence, and you also had a poetic influence. What exactly inspired you to just start putting, words that were in your head down on paper and going to that poetry route before you started songwriting?
I would always listen to music, and I always wondered if I could do it. I always felt like I had so many things I wanted to express, but I didn't know whether I would be songwriting or not. But when I started out writing poetry and just kind of started putting thoughts down, that's all music really is. And that's what I have grown to learn, that what I was doing early on was that the whole time. So I started off with a little poem, and I said, you know what? Let me figure out how to structure a song and put a song together. So then I started putting the verses together and the hooks, and I kind of just started feeling my way through. And that's when I realized, okay, wait, I've been kind of writing songs all along, because it's an expression, it's a thought process. Even now when I write, I jot down a thought. It could be one word, and then I expand the thought on that word. Like with that word, so many things, you can pull so many definitions and so many meanings and emotional connectivity to one word.
Okay, so are you the type that's like when you write, you get that one word, you might be sure of what it means, but are you the type that like goes into a dictionary and start looking and?
You know what? Yes, right. Yes, I definitely do that, because you want to make sure you're thinking about it in the right kind of way. So I do that in the right context. I definitely do that for sure, because you don't want to be saying something you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
In a song.
All right, cool. So singer, songwriter, you have you had a single that went to it was at least top 15 on R&B charts. Lois Lane. Yes. Now I played it last night for me and my boys, and well, actually for myself, and my boys came out the corner like, "Who is that?" You know what I'm saying? So it was a vibe. It was a whole vibe. Let's talk about actually the title of that song, Lois Lane.
Well, Lois Lane is Superman's girlfriend.
Yes.
And Daenerys Holmes is actually the writer on the song. And I think that I had talked to him so much about past relationships because he's a close friend of mine as well. But I had talked to him so much about past relationships. He was like, I came in one day, he's like, I got something for you. So when I heard the words and I read over them and I was like, oh my gosh, this is something that I've told you, you know, and I looked at the title. Lois Lane she holds her own. You know, she's independent. You know, she don't chase behind Superman. She got her own thing going on. And it, you know, and I think that that's important. In the song, it's basically saying that, hey, I'm vulnerable. I want these things. I want a man, but I don't need a man. You know, because I feel like it's okay to say you want something. It's okay to need help with things. It's okay to want somebody to back you up, but you can do that from a strong perspective. You don't have to be needy and desperate. And Lois Lane is a perfect title because she's not that. She's not that at all. Okay. So. You know, independent.
I love that perspective. Certain ladies could learn a lot from you with that perspective right there. Listen, so you, in addition to Lois Lane, and you talking about relationships, your upcoming single is also somewhat about relationships, right? Okay. All right, cool. So we're gonna talk about that in a second, but let's actually talk about. And there's nothing wrong with that. Are you a Leo? What's your zodiac sign? Capricorn. Okay. All right. Because you know them Leos are lovers. I was trying to figure it out. So. Yeah, I'm a Leo. Look, all these Leos in the building. You see this going on over here? Leos in the building. All right, so anyway, let's talk about the visual. Now, the visual for Lois Lane, you know, it was a story there. I think it was great how you all left it almost up to interpretation. There was no exact understanding exactly what happened, especially towards the end. But I want to get the exact interpretation from you because I saw it. I watched it twice. I was like, this is dope. So the storyline as far as the visual for Lois Lane.
Okay. Why have I gone through this before? Because it's so funny because some people get it. And I'm like, how could you not know? But, you know, everybody kind of looks at it their own kind of way. And basically, my bodyguard, we're in love, but we try and keep it professional. And I have another bodyguard who I hired as well, but turns out all this time that we've been talking, she's secretly in love with him. Okay. So she doesn't like the way she don't like the way he treat me. Got it. So to get back at me and to get back at him, she then breaks into my safe and steals money from me. And then he has to save me. And then he shoots her and kills her. Right. And then
I wasn't sure. I was holding.
Yeah, because everybody's like, who died? Yeah. And then I'm back in the studio. I'm back working, and now it's like after the fact. It's like after the heat has died down. You know, he's in the studio session. He's supporting me, and that's kind of how it is. Yeah. And I guess you're right. It's like open for interpretation because everybody's like, they hear the gunshot, and they're like, who died? Yeah, he had to take her out. Okay. Because that was his job. Yeah. He's still my security. Right. And basically, a lot of that came from. It was like my own spinoff of Bodyguard.
Oh.
Yeah. So instead of it being who it was in the original movie, it was my bodyguard that was hired that stole my money. Got it. So yeah.
Okay, I'm feeling that. So okay, the new single, Act Out. I read a little bit about what the song is about. I actually listened to it twice on the way over here. And also you have the visual coming out as well this weekend, right? Okay.
It should be. It'll be coming out a little bit. It'll be coming out. The visual's coming out a week after. Okay. Yeah, it's a week after now. Right. But the single releases on Friday.
Okay. So what can we expect? Well, I already know what we can expect, from the song. But let's talk about the visual. What we can expect from this visual coming out.
You can expect some acting out. Little bit of violence.
I don't know if it was a screenshot or a preview on your Instagram, but I did see.
I know. I flipped out.
That gun. Yeah. I said, "Sis mean business. What's going on?"
You remember the movie, which was is a classic for me, and I definitely pull from classics for like inspiration because I believe that 90s movies were some of the best movies of all time. And a thin line between love and hate. Yeah. I think that was the 90s when it came out. Yeah. And it's just people judge a book by its cover because you look at somebody and you don't know what you're getting yourself into. Right. So it's like that moment of, be careful how you treat people and be mindful. And if you're not all in with somebody, don't lead them on and don't play games. And and I think that video, in a nutshell, is an example of how honesty can really save you. Okay. So. All right.
We're gonna see what happens with this new single, Act Out. Like I said, I seen that gun. I was like, oh, she's serious. You was talking about also, Russian roulette. That was part of you playing with my feelings. That's Russian. Yeah. Play with my feelings, you playing with your life. I need to put that on a t-shirt, yo. Oh man. So we can expect that the single to drop this weekend. We can expect the visual sometime in the next month. The album, except your debut album, is gonna come out in sometime during the spring. How close are you to being completed with your debut album?
I would say I'm about 75% finished. I want to make sure that everything is cohesive because even like with Act Out, there's so many other great songs, and I want people to feel like they're on like a journey, like it's like a wave, and you can kind of play everything through. I want it to be basically just different aspects of a relationship, or just like, and it's not gender specific, you know what I'm saying? It's just pretty much what people go through in general. So you go through it's like the phases. You go through that phase of, oh, I love you, why don't you love me? And what did I do? And why you changing up on me? To, okay, I got you. To now I'm finna pull a you on you. Right. To, now I'm finna go turn up. It's like all the phases. So I just want to make sure I've told the complete story of how that goes.
So you expect a full story from
Yeah, definitely cohesive. Yeah.
That is great. That is great, because you know what? One thing that I see in a lot of artists is just the jumbo of songs.
Yeah.
For the back, for their project, and it's just like even some people have said a lot of artists their albums sound like one long song, but for you to put a whole story, I think that's dope. So album coming out in spring, but you have things popping off right now.
Yes.
Endorsements, deals.
Yes.
Talk about that with Lisa Ray.
Yes, I'm super excited about that. It's her new jean line, and it I don't honestly, like I've said this before today, it's like the perfect alignment. Like when you're going in the right direction with everything and things just kind of start falling into your lap. Those are one of the things that just kind of fell into my lap. And, if it wasn't for my incredible PR, Rafael Blanco, and the Bent team truly supporting me and showing me a lot of love, I would not be an ambassador. Because I was like, oh, I got that. I had to ask him again after I was told that I said, are you sure? Because, that was like it's been a matter of weeks that this has happened. Wow. And I'm just honored to be a part of it.
All right. Now, in addition to that, you also recently had another deal come through.
Yeah, I did. I'm shocked, but I feel like I'm walking in a path that I should be walking into for sure, and that's with the deal is with Sneaker Project. Okay. All right. I can't even begin to say how that got started, but they're interested, and I'm happy to be an ambassador and be a part of it. Apparently they like my wave, so I'm happy. Shout out to my PR, Rafael Blanco. So yeah.
Cool. So many great things happening for you right now. I'm excited for you, honestly. looking at your music, looking at your history, even you dropped, I forgot to mention that you dropped a project during the holiday season. So what inspired you to do that? And especially, let's talk about how many tracks were on that project and the content. Of course, we know it's Christmas music, but did you write most of that project yourself?
I did. A lot of those songs are definitely relatable to my childhood. It's everything, like even the title. I named the album Joyful Hearts. The song Joyful Hearts is actually on a project, and that's just about the moment in my life when I thought Santa Claus was real. So it kind of takes you through the phase of like I was hearing like jingle bells and like, you know, Trident, and I was thinking it was reindeer. It was my uncle the whole time, you know, but it was.
When you find out that it's not what you thought it was, man. I understand. I feel you right there. Christmas was magical for me as a kid, so
that was great. It was great. Like toys just appeared, and it was just an amazing. Because we were sitting down, and when we started writing on this project, it was like October. So I'm like, how in the heck am I gonna write Christmas songs in October? But we sat down and we talked about what Christmas means to us, what were the best Christmases that we had, and we kind of just. That's typically how I feel like the best ideas are created. Like you sit down, talk about concepts, and just start writing down what it meant to you. And it just kind of came together. And it ended up being about 10 songs on the project. I had some other great writers like Ashley Pickens, other great producers, Buko, Hamilton Harden, also Jean-Marie. So I had some really great people accompany me on this, and I really appreciated Daenerys Holmes also, who wrote Lois Lane, was a part of it. And me. And it was just great because getting the opportunity to write on your own projects I feel like it's an accomplishment.
So we got people, of course, who want to follow you online and on social media. Go ahead and tell everybody where they can follow you on social media.
You can follow me on all social platforms, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Porcelan Music. That's Porcelan, no I, music.
Okay. All right. Once again, it's your man Watley, the Southern Kid with the City Swag, hanging out with Porcelan, the beautiful singer and songwriter. Keep it locked right here. You're watching MusicXclusives TV, and make sure you check us out online at www.musicexclusives.com, and you can also check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at MusicXclusives. Keep it locked.